ever wanted to write and publish your own book to hold it in your own hand? I'm Mila Johansson from Pen to Published, and I coach writing and publishing. In fact, I helped Steve, Irma, and Olivia put together their book, Heart Notes, as an example of what I do. And I'm so excited to be an official sponsor for the Sing Your Heart Song Summit in July. Right now, you're going to experience a speaker spotlight series. There are so many valuable speakers for you to get to know before they do their presentation. Don't just watch, join the conversation in chat.
The Sing Your Heart Song Speaker Spotlight featuring Marcy Field. Marcy Field is a brand strategist and social media manager. Her career spans from public relations with the Canadian government to commercial real estate development. Currently, Marcy helps her clients build engagement and community with social media. She's an avid member of Toastmasters, loves motorcycling, entertaining people, and being an OMA. For more information, please visit www.mlleadership.com. Mark your calendars. Marcy will be presenting on day 3 of our summit under the theme of sharing your heart song and seeking and engaging your tribe. Marcy likes to quote C.S. Lewis, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." Hello, Irma. How are you today?
Hello, Olivia, and happy 4th of July for you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm still in celebration mode.
I see that.
We had the most amazing holiday yesterday, and thank goodness we deserve a little bit of a summer break before our live event, which is like a week away.
Yes, I am very excited as well. Here in Canada, we've had volatile weather, and we even had the seeding planes coming by to try and break the hail into smaller pieces. It's been that bad. So interesting Canada Day as well. Yes.
Happy Canada Day. Happy belated Canada Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I am excited for our guest today because she is someone I've learned to know very well. And she's become almost like a big sister to me. And you've met her before, Olivia.
And she's also from Canada. Canada's in the house today. Woo woo!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And so we are so pleased to finally get on Marcy's calendar, right? It's not getting on our calendar, it's getting on Marcy's calendar.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. I know. So we're so thrilled to have her come and sit down and take a breather and chat with us. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Please welcome Marcy Field.
Marcy.
Hello, hello. I love me some Canada. But I also came to the United States to celebrate the 4th of July. Was really exciting. A new view of fireworks over the Missouri River in Montana.
I know. Fireworks, they never get old for me. I still get a thrill each and every time.
Yeah, I love them. It's a highlight that my husband and I both enjoy. We're enthusiasts. Irma's going to come out and visit us later this month as we celebrate a 100th birthday party here at the farm, and we're going to have fireworks. But it's explosive when you're around me almost anytime, so that's
She leaves a trail of sparks wherever she goes. That's Marcy.
Oh, there's always fireworks when Marcy is around. That is for sure. Marcy, I am grateful to be here today with you and to share this celebration of getting togetherness, because Olivia and I have tried, and then Olivia's schedule couldn't make it, and then mine couldn't make it, and then yours couldn't make it. But you know what? We came together. I'm telling you, those planets aligned. Isn't that amazing?
I love it when things come together.
Marcy, I know that you have received multiple awards in Toastmasters. Would you like to share with us what exactly those awards mean to you, in the sense, what does it do for you business-wise?
I don't know that the award does a lot for me business wise. However, being a Toastmaster has been something that I am incredibly grateful for and wish that I had probably started earlier in my career. It would have made a tremendous difference to me. The confidence that I've gained, the ability to speak both impromptu and with planned speeches. However, it is my passion for leadership that has really come forward and has been an incredible fit for me with Toastmasters. I started studying leadership a long time ago, and it continues to remain a passion for me. And it is the tagline for Toastmasters. They use it, and Toastmasters, where leaders are made. The opportunity not only to gain confidence in public speaking, but to gain confidence as a leader and to grow as a leader is inherent throughout the educational path that you choose and on all the paths. You gain over 300 competencies through Toastmasters. Now, the first award that I received, coming with a great background in public relations, because that has been the majority of my career, I arrived at the right time and had possessed a skill set, understanding, and training that was not common within the Toastmaster community that I was in. And I was able to put those skills to use with the group, but I also stepped up as a leader. Within the first 3 months that I was there, I was asked if I would become a vice president of education for my home club. I had a certificate of adult learning from the University of Calgary. It was a fit for me. I just had to learn their system, which was different from other systems that I had learned. However, the principles remain the same wherever you are. I know that my style is that I'm a collaborative leader. I love teamwork. I love working with teams, and I love forming partnerships and alliance. And this allows me to excel. I look at strength-based leadership rather than thinking we all need to hone in and become everything. We don't need to become everything, but when we become best or we build a team around people's strengths, that elevates the whole process for everyone. So the first award that I won was Rookie of the Year. My club awarded it to me for the 2018-2019 year, which was the first year I joined Toastmasters. And within that, I went through the process and I eventually received Rookie of the Year for District 42, which is representative of that at that time of 117 clubs in southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan. I'm really pleased and incredibly humbled and honored that my club this year had just awarded me Toastmaster of the Year for my home club. And that is an incredible honor because it's a great opportunity to serve my fellow Toastmasters and watch them start peeling off the layers and becoming all that they can be. I think that is one of the things that brings me the greatest joy is when I see other people rising up and just owning their gift.
I love that. Owning your own gifts. That's a powerful statement, Marcy. So talk a little bit more about this collaborative, working environment or learning environment. How do we best leverage someone's strengths in the group?
I think that we need to provide an opportunity for people to speak. They need to feel comfortable in putting forth their ideas, know that you'll hear them. I've learned this in my community work also. And it's the ability to bring everybody in and not have them on the side. I always thought, oh, I've got some great ideas. But as I've led various teams, I've discovered that people come up with things I never thought of. I love when they're in my head, but I love when I hear their ideas. In 2014, I was the chair for my local community's centennial celebration. The little hamlet that I lived beside turned 100 years old, and we hosted a 3-day celebration. And my goal was to bring everyone together, enabling everyone to have a say in what was happening and to really feel that it was their celebration, that they could bring their family and friends to be here. We ended up having 400 to 500 people attend the 3-day event. We did tremendous fundraising. But what I loved was as people came forward with ideas, my thing was, great idea. Now you're going to take charge of that, right? And I said, whatever help you need to make your vision become a reality, know that I'm here to support you in that. When people came to me with ideas and said, you should be doing this or you should be doing that, I have learned to say, my schedule is really full, but I would certainly appreciate you bringing that aspect to life. It's your idea after all. And if I'm able to help you in any way, I'm here to support you in that. We published cookbooks, we published magazines, we collected a lot of memorabilia. We had one of my neighbors had a great idea for doing a memory hall and collected antiques and memorabilia from people all over the community that had been here for over, some of them for almost 100 years, the families. And she organized it all together. But I had more community contacts than she did. I introduced them. I brought them together and I let her run with her vision, which was incredible. The lady who published the cookbook, I allowed her. Once again, this was her passion. I said, okay, I'll help you with a bit of this to sort it. But she did all the collecting. She integrated with the community and brought everything in. We accomplish so much more when we allow other people to take their piece of the puzzle and bring it together. Does that answer your question, Olivia?
Yeah, it does. And that's a writer downer. So if you are watching this and enjoying this conversation with Marcy Field, hope you're writing this down. Allow other people to do their part, to carry that
Yes.
vision forward, to be a part of that puzzle. So thank you, Marcy.
Marcy, I know that you are a strong believer in mentorship. Why do you think is mentorship so important in leadership?
Because we don't know it all. And there's someone out there that may know a little bit more than us, or perhaps a lot more than us. Not only that, they may have a larger network than we have. I love the fact that the first mentor that I really remember in my life is one of my instructors from the University of Calgary, Anne Peridot. And we hit it off. I took a course from her on the history of adult education and adult learning. And we had to do a speech at the end of it. And I had a lot of fun in the creativity doing it. But Anne was so fun. And when it came for her to give me the mark, it was my final assignment in the course. And she goes, I got so caught up in your talk, I forgot to write anything down to give you feedback. But we did enjoy the spinach salad that I made, which was the whole speech was tossed around with the spinach salad. It was a lot of fun because speaking at any time, engaging with people at any time, it's about having fun. And I know, Olivia and Irma, that you guys like to have fun, and so do I. But mentorship, and then was the person at that time I was working in commercial real estate in the shopping center industry. And there were various things that were leading me to be perhaps a bit dissatisfied with where I was in my industry. I had won some awards, I'd accomplished some things, but there was just a situation that it wasn't filling my heart anymore with what was going on. And Anne came to me and she says, Marcy, I think you have abilities not in this area of adult learning, and you have them not only you not only have the ability to communicate it, but you understand it, but you have this ability to communicate it. And I am forever grateful to her because she then took and introduced me to other people and had me start considering taking another path in my life than what I had been doing. And that opened up the doors. And in fact, as I went and I formed my own business, and provided me 2 or 3 major introductions. And even for a short period of time, we worked together. Mentorship changed my life because of her. And I know at this time of my life, being a mentor helps me to help others, to recognize once again, going back to the gift that lies within them, they become confidence, as I see the confidence, as I see them grow in their abilities and strength. And when I see them getting rewards or when I see them feeling accomplished, that gives me more joy than getting something for myself. I receive more joy when I see my mentees coming into themselves and assuming those leadership roles. And whatever I can do to be able to help them have that introduction, to get them to that next place, to go on to become more of who they are to be. Because all of us have a gift inside of us. We may not all see it at the time. We may not see that song in us. But I personally believe that we are all here with a gift and we're all here to help each other shine.
I'm curious, Marcy, when that joy comes up for you, what does it sound like? If you had to make a noise, a joyful noise, what would that be?
Woo! Woo, 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 woo,
Love that. I love that so much. And, I'm curious because, you're in social media management, right? And that has typically been for millennials. And here you are running circles around them.
Oh,
Tell
she
me what
does.
tell me what that's like.
Well, actually, Olivia, I'm a millennial. I was just born in the wrong decade.
Okay, you're the OG millennial. The OG, the original.
There's not a lot of difference there, Olivia. And it's a lot of fun when you see when people go, you do social media. Uh, Not meaning to be offensive, but, and I go, "Well, that's fine, but I love it. I have fun. And that's what it's about. When you are able to do something that it doesn't feel like work anymore, how wonderful is that?
No, Marcy, you've been one of my mentors, and this is how we met, Olivia, through Toastmasters years ago. But the other thing you taught me was that you need to be consistent, and this is what Olivia has also been telling me. So I was also born in the wrong decade, but I look at other things, writing and speaking. But you also preach that you need to be consistent when you post something. Would you say to plan your week with your different posts? And would you have the same post just at different times, or would you have different posts at the same time or different times? What would you suggest?
It depends on who you are and who your audience is. What do you want to achieve when you are creating that? I was just looking and I was sharing with a client today. I saw my Instagram count just really jump after March as I got involved in creating some new reels and I was visiting and seeing things. And that's the only thing I can go back to just going, why did this jump happen in with my Instagram account? Because I went from about 400 followers to over 4,000 followers. However, right now I'm noticing that it's falling off because although you say I do preach consistency and I tell that to clients and I tell that to other people, and I have failed to post anything since March on my Instagram account. True story, honesty here. I am being proactive. I know that I want to do some more. And I'm even planning now what can I do this weekend uh, as it comes up to new events, looking back at what was just in my past over the holidays. What can I do that will engage and provide value? It is whatever you're doing, it's not about you, it's about your audience. And what does your audience find value in where you're delivering that to them? And that is that place of engagement. Even in friendship, how are you going to add value in all of our relationships? Because being on social platforms for me is just another way of building a relationship and coming together with people and finding out how we can serve. I had a great experience this last week. I continue to work to network and expand my network on LinkedIn. I have been busier on other platforms instead of Instagram, but I want to go there because I'm looking at the numbers and I'm going, what caused that? What happened? And I haven't spent the time to analyze it at this point. But this past week, I met for the first time someone who I'd only met and been engaged with on LinkedIn. We met in person this time, and that led to another meeting and has just expanded with them, perhaps becoming engaged in other things and building a powerful relationship and hopefully helping them expand their network and their skill set. And that is exciting to me, where we take it from the virtual world into uh, because the virtual world to me is real now. And I hate that expression where it says we're going from virtual to real. I haven't found the words. If Livia or Irma, if you have the words that can tell me, I know we use that in person, I guess, in person, in the flesh, that it's going to make a dynamic difference as we move forward. But I'm quite excited to see relationships build and grow. It's one of the gifts that has happened for me with Irma in our life, and we've gone beyond where we connected at one place, that our relationship has expanded. And it's those relationships that make life worth living. They're the relationships that fill our hearts with joy, that make life worth living.
I mean, I have to say, Marcy, you and Irma is as real to me as ever, and I think it's because of our relationships and our engagement. We have worked very closely together, right? Through these seasons when we're preparing for the summit. So it's a very real relationship. Yet I've not touched you in person, but and I think, it's so interesting that we've strayed away from the intention of social media, which was that engagement piece, that community building, and that socializing. And that's the very essence of what social media is and what you do for clients, right? Like getting them to engage and finding that connection.
And I always find it interesting when you take it and you go, this is a great idea. And I there's still many businesses and organizations out there that are stuck and see social media as just an advertising venue. But it is not the same as advertising. It is definitely about building that relationship, and once again, listening. We went back to one of the things, where is mentorship, or where is team building, where is collaboration. All of those things are about us as a leader or an individual learning to listen, putting our hands under our butt so that we're not jumping in all the time. Well, this is what we should do, and we should do this, and we should do this, and we should do this. But instead, asking the question about, what do you think? How could we reach people with that? What's your idea for reaching out? And then just be quiet. And sometimes it's very hard to be quiet, but it was probably one of the best skills I've learned. And I remember when I first started going out and facilitating workshops and meeting with people, I had notes in my book that said, be quiet. Sticky notes, little yellow sticky notes on different pages. Close your mouth. Say nothing. To teach me just to be quiet and then listen. Listen and then recapture that to state it back to people and to let them know that you hear. So, not listening to respond, but listening to really hear what that individual has to say. And I'm always surprised at the concepts that come up, and I go, I never thought of that, but that's brilliant.
Marcy, you also alluded to the fact that for some reason, people are not as engaged in social media the way they used to be. Would you want to venture a guess? And why do you think that is? And what do you think we could do to have people more involved in our social media posts?
I don't ever feel that there's one factor alone that is the reason that people aren't. There's multiple things that contribute to why people are or aren't engaged. I look at the difference happening today. I think a lot of the chatter that's gone on, that is created polarization with people, and the media, the traditional media, amplifies that discord that has happened. It hasn't united us as it was originally anticipated, as you were alluding to, Olivia. It hasn't necessarily brought that, depending on the temperament or the character of the individuals involved. But there's a lot that has pulled apart. I believe that the pandemic, it filled a need for that time. However, people didn't know how to take control of their feeds and what they filled themselves with. They were distracted. Anything that would distract them in the midst of this, or this hunger for advice and information. And we were flooded with disinformation and misinformation. And that's become prevalent. And a lot of people are turned off because they no longer feel that there's any media that they can trust. The information that is out there, the whole lack of trust in the communication that is going on. And that's one of the things when we're having our own, you need to become a trusted provider in whatever your career is in. You need to be a trusted provider for people to align with you. Now, it always blows my mind when I look at some of the people that people trust. I don't understand what that difference is. I have a lot of questions in my mind about it. And I know I have stepped back from some of my personal involvement. I do it professionally, but my personal involvement in some of the social media step back, because I've learned that there are certain things that really get me excited. And I like being excited in a happy way. I don't like being excited in an angry way. I don't want to get the fight on with people when I'm out there. I'd rather just spread the joy. I'd rather spread the love that is out there. And that's what I want to focus on. That's the choices that I have been making. And to do part of that, and I think that's a contributing factor too. Why are people not there? I love how my world has expanded. I've got relationships globally now because of media, because of the opportunity and to engage in this. I love the fact, Olivia, that I've gotten to know you, even though we've never met in person, and you're on the other side of America from me. And it doesn't make a difference because we can still relate. We can have conversations here, online and offline, and we make a difference. We go away and we hear what people are saying and we think of them. Your personality shines through, like Irma's personality shines through in different ways at different times because of how I know her and I know her writing. And it always blows my mind when I go, where does that come from, Irma? Where do you get this as an author? Where do those thoughts? Because my mind doesn't work like that at all. And I'm just like, I'm fascinated that she has this creativity to create these incredible works of fiction that have something to offer. When we value other people, it'll make a difference in how we relate. And each of us has a tribe. And there is someone out there that we will touch and we will make a difference with. We're not all in the same thing. We're not all targeting the same person. We're not all meant to connect with the same people. There are certain people that become our tribe that stand around us and strengthen us and lift us up and help us look at ourselves when we need to. I've had some conversations with Irma that have said, that have challenged me to be better at in certain elements of my life because they were involved with passions of hers that were not a passion of mine at all. However, when I got on track with it, with consistency, I loved it. I'm talking about exercise. The girl is a brute. But it made a difference. It made a difference. And I'm thankful for that. But it's time we spend. And we get media, any media is distraction. But when we learn that the focus is the people that we connect with and we focus on the people, then the media serves us rather than us being enslaved to the media.
Cheech, Marcy. More love. Look at that.
More
Mm, more love.
Cheek it,
Marcy,
sister.
do you think exercising, and Olivia, this is true, Marcy did not want to work with weights ever in her life, in this lifetime, the next one, and the one after that. She adamantly refused and said, I am not going to do weights. And I asked her, I begged her, I said, just try it. Just try it. I don't want to sweat. I said, please, just try it. So after the first time, she said, I got very warm. I almost sweated. You know, I don't like to sweat. And we continued. And probably months and months later, she said to me, you know what? I sweated and I liked it because it makes me feel good. So I think sometimes when we are out of our comfort zone and we experience different emotions and different physical reactions, then it's not necessarily a bad thing. So what I want to ask you, Marcy, when you got involved with social media, did you think that it will evolve into as big as you currently are doing, or was it something to pass the time?
I became involved with social media originally with Facebook, and I did it because my niece passed away in her late 40s. And at the time that she passed away, my great nieces and great nephew were teenagers, 20, ranged in age from 17 to 21. And I did not want to lose contact with them. And those were it was the early days of Facebook in some ways, where it was more global at that point, not the early days when it was set up. And it has, for me, I look at that and I recognize that it has kept me in touch with my family in that respect. And I love the fact that I did mention that we were going to have a 100th birthday party. And that is because my niece and I jointly putting our milestone birthdays together this year. We have 100 years. My great niece and I have 100 years to celebrate. And that means that she continued to be in my life, although her mother was gone. And I love the fact that I don't know what generation she is, but she's much, much younger than me, less than half my age. And the fact that she wants to come and spend time with me means that we were able to maintain that relationship and that connection over the period of time. And that was the reason I got into it. My background in marketing and public relations and my work with chambers of commerce and in adult learning allowed me to see the opportunity then with the media to go commercial with it, and the opportunity that we were transitioning away from traditional media and we were moving into the social media. And one of the aspects that I love about social media is we can very accurately measure our return on an investment, our ROI now, with when we're investing the dollars. We can actually see what kind of engagement we're getting back. Whereas with traditional media, they can tell you reach and that, and that is going on with that. However, we don't have specific detail as what we are able to obtain and actually tap into our audience in the same manner that we can with the tools that they are now providing us with social media. I believe everything is expanding and ever evolving and changing. Today, I was listening to an article where they were talking about uh, different media. So I believe it was TikTok, Instagram has done it, and Elon Musk is talking about it with Twitter, is charging people to use different social platforms in order to have access to premium account. And then the interview that went on about whether people would be willing to pay to continue to use social platforms. And there's probably about 4 or 5 of them that are now looking at that and starting to experiment and put out feelers with that. Again, evolving. What is going to change? I believe that Twitter has it with Twitter Blue. It's already something that's available that you can have access to exclusive material or pre-information prior to others, that you have that access to the content creators that you follow that are most important to you. How is this going to evolve over the next couple of years? What changes are we going to continue to see? But we watch that, and I love the fact that even at this time in my life, I am continually learning and learning new things, learning how to set up a storefront on Facebook for my clients to enhance their business, looking how can we work that we can have that engagement. A lot of people now, even though they're comfortable and they're going back out, we really became very comfortable shopping from the comfort of our own home and not having to go out anymore. How can we make that shopping experience more fun? I love the creativity that I see with solopreneurs trying their businesses and selling clothing online, or perhaps even doing vintage, and the fun that they're having as models, never expecting themselves, and making good money bringing these things forward. There's so many opportunities to enjoy what you're doing, find something, and boost your income. And in retirement or semi-retirement, what do you want to do besides having fun and travel a bit more? And money helps facilitate that. So any little bit, if you haven't put the hundreds of thousands of dollars away for your retirement, anything you can do that's going to put a little bit, that's going to become maybe your holiday fund or something else, have fun with it. Enjoy life.
Excellent, Marcy. And your conversation with us reminds me of another conversation we had with another speaker, Carol Ward, who talks about in this day and age of the gig economy, all these opportunities to create income, to ask ourselves, how else? How else can I bring in more income? And you're speaking my language, because I love, 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 love live selling. I actually have a client that I'm working with. Shout out to LaDonna Maccabee of Home Sweet Home Treasures. So she used to have a brick and mortar store, but now she's doing everything virtual. And I have a live stream with her where we showcase, right, like items that's available for sale. And it's so much fun. We have a lot of fun doing that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're right. Bringing that shopping experience online, bringing that storefront experience, so that way they feel as if like we're there with them, and
Yeah.
they get the same level of customer service as if they were at the counter, right, in the store. So
Actually, maybe better, Olivia, than some of the stores that we've gotten to, because people have forgot how to provide customer service, which is another major area that needs work.
excellent. Well, I need to know, what is your favorite thing about being an OMA?
Oh, hearing my boys talk and share their days and their stories. looking through the eyes of a child and how they are growing or experiencing the world, what their interests are, changes my world. When I become aware of what they find interesting, and then I get the opportunity to experience it, or the fact that I get to introduce them to something that their parents are too busy for, and but I can take them and we can have our own adventure and create our own memories. That's the most wonderful thing. But next to that, there is nothing like Oma sandwiches and hugs. Having one of my boys on each side and getting those hugs. It's best feeling in the world.
I hear often when Marcy goes to one of their games, whether it's, what do they play? Soccer and
Basketball.
basketball. And, it's interesting to hear the engagement, because the same energy, Marcy, that you put in your work, you also put in your relationship with your grandsons. And I admire that about you, because that shows the personal aspect that you've been talking about, the relationships. We have to work on building relationships. That is the only way we could create that environment of people who will support us. I think if you could give advice to your grandsons today, what would you tell them?
Listen to your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart and don't give up. Because only you can do what you were created to do.
Well, you know what, Marcy? It's time for a Marcy sandwich. So, Irma, we're going to give you a big kiss. Irma, turn so we can give Marcy a kiss here. Ready? One. You got to turn the other way. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
We love you, Marcy, and thank you so much for spending time with Olivia and myself. I know you're tired, and you always have 100 places to go and things to do and to arrange and to meet with someone. We both appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Marcy, for this amazing conversation, giving us the inside scoop on social media trends to watch out for. You're right, it is ever evolving, ever expanding. And I love the quote that I chose for you with C.S. Lewis, right? You're never too old to learn, to have a new dream. So, and what a cherished advice that you have given your grandson. So hats off to you, Marcy. Excellent. So please register for the Sing Your Heart Song Summit. The link is here below. So go do that today. It's coming up real fast. So you want to make sure that you reserve your spot. So please go ahead and do that. And we're going to actually take you to the website. So we're going to take you to the website and show you how easy it is too. So with that, Marcy, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Love you, Marcy.
All right, so I'm going to do a share screen right now to show you how easy it is that you can register for the Sing Your Heart Song Summit. So let me see. Bear with me here. 1, 2, 3. Chrome tab. Here it is. Okay, so the website link is singyourheartsongsummit.com. So please make a note of that. You do need the word summit in there. And you'll see a welcome message right from Steph, Irma, and I here at the top. So you can play that welcome message. And here you'll see our themes, because each day is a special theme. So day 1, we focus about finding your heart song. Day 2 is about valuing your heart song. Day 3 is sharing your heart song. And there's our schedule there. There's our countdown. And we have some short bios available of each of the speakers. So you can see that here. And plan your agenda, right? So it would be amazing if you attend all 3-day sessions, but we know that your time is valuable. So pick and choose your agenda and customize it for your schedule. And you'll see multiple spots where you can register. So click on any of the yellow buttons, like so, and it's going to open up a Google form for you. Okay? Hang on 1 second. It should open up right now. 1 second. Ta-da! So when you hit those yellow button to register, it's going to open a Google form. And it's going to give you all the details once again. And you want to fill this out completely. So we capture information so that way you'll get notified of the Zoom link and the reminder emails, etc., throughout the summit. And we'd love to know how you heard about us. We'd love to know who referred you. And you also have the option to upgrade. You can upgrade your ticket and be included in a special bonus creative workshop where you get to custom your journal. This is a really, truly valuable experience. Imagine having your own personalized journal in which you can take all the amazing notes during the Sing Your Heart Song Summit. And so these journals are available for you once you upgrade your ticket. And you get to choose your custom cover, so it's your color. And it will be laser engraved with the Summit logo, as well as the Summit website and your name. So you can choose your name, maybe your initials, maybe your monogram. And then you also get to choose the color of your Swarovski crystals and some fun stencil patterns. And we're going to have the workshop demonstrated by Chris Dyer, who is one of our presenters and creative visionary, walk us through how to apply these Swarovski crystals and really embellish this journal, this keepsake item for yourself. So you can cherish all those wonderful memories that you've gained from the Sing Your Heart Song Summit. So we encourage you to take a look at this order form, get those orders in early because they will be directly mailed to you. So it does take a little bit of logistics with, United States Post Office. Chris is in Colorado, so you'll need to have plenty of time to get these materials sent to you. All right. So that is a preview of how easy it is to navigate our website. We put a lot of work into this. Steph has designed it, and we put a lot of work in creating this special workshop to make it very experiential for you. And I think you'll be very pleased once you upgrade.
Yes, I agree, Olivia. A summit takes many, many people. It takes a village to create. And to have something as special as these journals that we could embellish, we could create basically, and they will look fancy schmancy. That is the cherry on top of the cake. Something that you can show to everyone, and that can become really special for those special moments when you want to journal something that is very close to your heart. And I agree, they are not expensive. You will get all your materials. It will be shipped anywhere in the world where you live. I'm in Canada, Olivia's in the US. We do have members in other parts of the world as well, and people who will be speaking as well, who are international. Don't be afraid that you might make a mistake, because Marcy said something. We are all unique, and only you can do and create your journal the way you want it. No one else is going to do it for you. So get on, put in your order for the journals. We are very excited to see how we can do this together and share our experiences when we do that.
Exactly. And plus it's Swarovski, so yay! Bling up your life, right? Awesome. So this has been such an enjoyable conversation. Thank you, Irma, for co-hosting the Speaker Spotlight with me. We're going to close out with our outro clip, and we will see you all real soon. Take care, everyone. Did you know that you could upgrade your event ticket to the Sing Your Heart Song Summit and be included in the bonus creative workshop that's led by the creative visionary Chris Dyer? You are invited to create your personalized custom journal for your Sing Your Heart Song Summit experience. These journals are custom laser engraved with your name. They will also have the Sing Your Heart Song Summit website and logo. There are 10 colors that you can choose from, and each journal may be personalized, and Swarovski crystals will be sent to complement your color choice. Plus, you can also request some fun stencils, patterns, and designs to complete your journal kit. Upgrade today for $57, and this too can be your experience. This is the perfect way to record all your notes during the Sing Your Heart Song Summit.